Oh, hello there. My drugs seem to be taking longer than usual to get here for some fucking reason, so I'm just looking up some hot singles in my neighborhood on this newfangled device they brought into the office. I haven't talked to any of them yet, but one person did catch my interest, so I downloaded their profile. I think their name was, Trojan. Yeah, Trojan, that was it.
You've got mail.
Ooh, a message. Looks like my luck is changing after all. Dude, are you seriously making that video on that religious game? Why would you do this to yourself? But forget all that. Here's a trailer to some stupid game people forgot about instantly. GLHF. Oh, a trailer? Well, let's check this thing out.
So that's true, but I'll tell you something, honey. I'm my friend Joe. It don't matter where he goes, but he always... Babe, there's more to life. Show us we come and go. It's a fairy.
Why is it getting so hard to breathe in here? I think someone turned off the air.
I've got to go to the toilet.
What the fuck is this bullshit? Is the first question I had after watching the trailer for our topic today. It's not the most unique question, because everyone who watched that trailer was asking that too. This is We Dare. It's a game for the Wii and the PS3 that came out earlier this decade, courtesy of Ubisoft. It was posed as a sexy collection of party games that you could play with your loved ones to enhance your relationship or something like that. With games involving kissing, strip-teasing, spanking, polyamory, and screwing, maybe. This was all featured in the advert for the game, where 4 actors awkwardly perform these erotic tasks. Trouble is, that's all that happened. Sure, there was some gameplay footage, but there was no title drop, no developer credit, just a singular PEGA rating and then some parental code thing at the end. So for all anyone knew, this could have been a commercial for literally any game for either system, but the actors got bored, decided to screw around, and the production crew just went with it.
Exhale as the blue circle expands. You're a little unsteady.
This is easily one of the worst adverts I've ever seen for a game. It's not even a funny kind of bad, it's just legitimately poor marketing. But as they say in the hood, this was just the first warning sign, and it was the least of We Dare's problems. Being an erotic party game of sorts carries certain connotations and expectations, so something this adult must have gotten a pretty high software rating. Right? As you probably noticed, the game was rated a 12 on the PEGA rating system, about the equivalent of a T or maybe a high E10 rating from the ESRB, and for a game supposedly encouraging BDSM and perhaps even sexy times, that seems a little low, doesn't it? The monikers indicated it had bad language, sex, and violence, but PEGA doesn't seem to elaborate on those things like the ESRB does, so one would have to actually play the game themselves to get the specifics. The game was also rated by Australia, and they're normally a lot harsher than pretty much everyone else when it comes to rating games to be released there, so this adult-oriented one shouldn't be an exception for sure. Except it was, and they gave it a PG rating, with the moniker mild sexual references. As they say in the ghetto, this was the second warning sign. With all this information, and nothing but the trailer to describe the game, this was the perfect opportunity for the uninformed to pounce on their prey. And our good friends at the Daily Mail did just that. In a piece of good old-fashioned tabloidry, they shat this thing onto the masses a few weeks before the game's scheduled release in the UK and other European territories, saying the game was explicit and lurid, and they also provide testimonials from concerned parents. Let's read some out, shall we?
I have a 13-year-old daughter, and if I knew she was playing such a highly charged sexual game with boys, I would be appalled. It is encouraging underage sex. The video pretty much shows them swapping partners, girl on girl kissing. That kind of thing is not something that young teenagers should be exposed to. Nintendo Wiis are family consoles popular among children and youngsters. This is totally inappropriate. No wonder we have problems in society with unsafe sex and underage sex when kids can get hold of games like this. This sort of computer game will only serve to fuel sexual tensions and, in a worst case scenario, sexual touching or assault. Imagine a room of testosterone-fueled teenagers playing this. Something could get out of hand. It sounds drastic, but I could see it. Luckily, I won't have to worry about this for a while, but to think in just 2 years my little girl could legally play this game is just unbelievable. The trailer shows alternative endings of lesbianism, both couples having sex, or swapping partners. This is not appropriate for 12-year-olds to see. It's only like a modern day spin the bottle. It's just a bit of harmless fun.
What, you expecting me to read those out? Come on guys, y'all know I can't do a British accent to save my life. Surprisingly, PEGA and OFLC actually defended these ratings, explaining the content within these games simply did not warrant a rating higher than the one they'd already been given. PEGA seemed particularly incensed by these claims and threw Ubisoft right under the bus, demanding they take the trailer down because it was false advertising in their eyes. As they say in the slums, this was respectively the third and fourth warning sign. With all this pressure against them, and faced with their poor decisions, Ubisoft went and blocked the trailer from viewing, stuck a parental warning on the front cover of the game, and also shelved release plans in the US and UK. Oh dearie me, what a horrible situation they've come... Told you I can't do it! Something tells me they had no interest in releasing the game to the US even before then, cause I couldn't find any plans for it, but there were some conflicting sources as to whether or not the game actually made it to the UK. Well, to answer that, Eurogamer said they had to import a copy from France in their very glowing review of the thing, so I'm just gonna go with a no on that. Oh yeah, as they say in the upper middle class neighborhood where all the preppy shitheads come from, We Dare was utter crap. I know, it's such a shock. That trailer made it look like all kinds of fun. From what limited gameplay and information I could find, the minigames are comprised of multiple variations of 5 different types, with a good chunk of them being a poor man's Just Dance, where you shake the controllers around to bad covers of pop songs that are tangentially sexy. There are also these quiz minigames that had questions specifically for the guy crowd and the gal crowd, and that went about as well as you'd expect too. Even the erotic minigames were just glorified button pressing. Though I guess playing them the way the developers intended you to play them is kind of amusing, if you're blackout drunk. The stripping game in particular forces use of the Wii Balance Board, or whatever equivalent for the PS3 version, assuming it wasn't cut out entirely for that, and involves weighing the players while imploring them to remove clothing so that whoever weighs the lightest wins. So basically, if you've had one too many Outshine Pineapple Pops in your life, you're fucked.
Do it before it's too late. There's more to life. Strange world it seems in the...
In the aftermath, as per usual, not much of note occurred. The OFLC reviewed the rating again months after release, but ended up keeping it, and that was the last anyone ever heard of We Dare. The tabloids had already had their fun with it, and the game also barely sold at all, one of the rare instances of controversies actually hurting sales rather than helping them. I'm not actually sure how much they contributed to that, but can you really blame them? Maybe if the game had unlockable code containing a minigame where you had to stick the Wii remote up your ass, that could have been remedied, but really, this trailer alone killed any chances of Ubisoft making a profit off of Petit Fleur entre Amis. Ubisoft Milan would later make up for these transgressions by making Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. And good thing too, cause no one wants to be known as the team who only supported development for countless ass-creating Tom Clancy games and... this. At the end of the day, We Dare is merely another game in the pile of shovelware crap that just happened to have one of the worst trailers of all time made for it. Take that, patriarchy. Oh, Trojan replied to my IM. Well, let's see what they have to say. Hi, I have infected your device with my heart. Please come to this address and deliver unto me your seed of wonder, no less than $10,000. Otherwise, I will be very disappointed in you and will be forced to expose your misdeeds on the internet. Specifically, the one time you got drunk and went on a rant about how in Endgame, Ant-Man actually did go inside Thanos' butthole, but instead of expanding and killing him instantly, he just gave him incurable prostate cancer. Looks like a keeper. Alright, stop the presses, folks. I got some new info for you. Turns out there actually is more footage of this trailer. Remember that parental code shit? You actually were supposed to use these, or one of these, somewhere, I'm not sure. And now we can answer those lingering questions the trailer originally left us. So, was there a title drop? Yes, there was. Was there a developer credit? Yep, that too. And did these actors end up screwing after all? You bet your ass they did! And does this change anything? Fuck no. See you next time.